In the hallowed annals of horse racing history, there exists a secret tradition that has captured the hearts of millions. A legacy that weaves through time like a tapestry of valor and triumph. The Kentucky Derby, an emblem of greatness, an ode to the equine spirit, and a symbol of unyielding passion. For over a century, the thundering hooves have echoed across the venerable grounds of Churchill Downs as champions emerge to etch their names in the immortal pages of horse racing folklore. From the unforgettable Sir Barton to the legendary Secretariat, each stride has been a symphony of grace and courage. And within this historic realm of flesh and blood, bonds between horse and rider are forged, lasting through the ages. But as the world evolves, so too does the spirit of competition. Today, as we venture into the virtual domain, we pay homage to the pioneers of a new legacy, a legacy that fuses tradition with innovation. And the pursuit of greatness extends beyond the confines of reality. Welcome to this season's virtual Kentucky Derby, where the frontier of horse racing meets the boundless realm of Web3. Here, in this digital arena, horses of pure code and dreams, crafted by visionaries, gallop, fueled by the passion of their creators and riders alike. Within this matrix of pixels, hearts pound with anticipation as the virtual thunder ignites the souls of virtual fans worldwide. The legacy of the Kentucky Derby is not only preserved, but elevated to new heights, where innovation and tradition intertwine in perfect harmony. As we celebrate the past and embrace the future, remember that the essence of horse racing lies not solely in the tangible, but in the intangible. The relentless spirit that transcends the realm of flesh, steel, and circuits. It's the desire to triumph, the will to conquer, and the dream of making history. So, let us unite in admiration for these majestic athletes, both real and virtual, as we ride the currents of time and create new legacies that will echo through generations to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here again. Gamers, racing aficionados. Welcome back to the 5th spectacular virtual Kentucky Derby. Can you believe we've made it this far, family? I don't know. Sometimes it's all a dream. I'm Ian Cummings. I am the proud CEO of Third Time Entertainment. Could not be more thrilled about today. A magical day in history as we continue to drive ourselves into the future. From day one, the vision has been clear. We continue to try and make the most authentic, heart-pounding horse racing game and experience and ecosystem all in this crazy Web3 platform that we call home. The journey has been really extraordinary, and all thanks to you, the fantastic player community that we have built alongside this whole time. You've been our cheerleaders. You've been our detractors sometimes. I don't know. For the most part, you're great. Invaluable feedback is there, really shaping the essence of this game. Heartfelt thank you for this stream, of course, always goes to Churchill Downs, our key partner. The collaboration with Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby, the biggest name in racing, is really helping us reach new heights. And we have so many more cool things planned as we get closer and closer to the Kentucky Derby 150 coming up this May. I hope you guys are starting to pre-order your tickets. We're all going to be there. I can't even fathom what's going to happen at Louisville come 6 months from now. But anyway, as we continue to grow, really remember, this is just the starting gate of this adventure. The horse populations are still small. You're all still very early. And there's going to be a lot more thrills, a lot more spills, probably updates, and a lot of new features coming down the pike. We've got a lot of catalysts even coming this quarter before Christmas alone. So to this point, I even pulled out my amazing PFJC jockey glass. Raise a glass with me. Thank you for joining us. And sip on your finest bourbon or whiskey, whichever part of the world you're in. And let's take a minute, with all that said, to show our new friends what Photo Finish Live actually is.
Welcome to the thrilling world of Photo Finish Live, the revolutionary virtual horse racing ecosystem that brings the excitement of real horse racing straight to your fingertips. Brought to life by Third Time Entertainment, Photo Finish Live offers a unique and immersive experience like no other. Picture this: you're not just a spectator, you're a real-life owner and breeder of horses in this captivating virtual world. Engage in heart-pounding races against other players, where real money is on the line. The stakes are high, and the rewards are yours for the taking. There's a host of innovations that set Photo Finish apart from the competition, such as the most advanced genetic breeding algorithm in the world and the ability to own racetracks and share their monetary rewards. In Photo Finish, you will create generations and generations of unique offspring, each carrying the legacy of its ancestors. The true-to-life genetics system offers endless possibilities for breeding, and your decisions will determine the future champions of the track. All the while owning a proportional share in a racetrack via Crown, our cryptocurrency, allows you to share the game's success. Step into a world where 4 weeks in real life correspond to one in-game year. Witness the passage of time as each new season brings fresh opportunities and challenges. Thousands of races await you in every season, from entry-level maiden races to the highest stakes premier graded events. Horses of every level and price point have a chance to hit the podium and breed up over time. With its commitment to realism, Photo Finish Live brings the thrill of horse racing to life. As the seasons pass, horses retire to breed and eventually die, mirroring real-world horse racing to ensure long-term sustainability. Embrace renewed opportunities to showcase your skills and strategies, ensuring the excitement never ends. Are you ready to start your legacy in the world of Photo Finish Live? The tracks await, the competition beckons, and fame and fortune favor the bold. Become a part of this one-of-a-kind virtual horse racing ecosystem and let your dreams run wild. Join us today and embark on an unforgettable journey. The Sport of Kings awaits your presence in Photo Finish Live.
An exciting evening planned. The Kentucky Derby itself kicks off in 50 minutes, quite a while. But so what do we got in front of us? We have some special guests. Oh, looks like we just lost one. We had two, but we do have one now in front of us.
Yes.
We've got our friend Aaron starting. This man is a myth, a legend. You may know him as the, what are you, the chief executive officer of the D Stables? Could you give us a little intro, Aaron? Who are you? What do you do here?
Yeah, I like to call myself the godfather of D Stables. I was basically just the idea guy, but we have a team of managers that basically runs this group of 150 to 200 or so people that have created a stable on Photo Finish together called D Stables. And, you know, not to toot our own horns, but we kind of dominate here and there. So it's been pretty good.
Well, thanks for joining us. We also
Yes.
have, looks like the other video worked here. So we've got Bison, who is, Bison, what's your title there? You're working with the Heist, one of our favorite other games on the Solana ecosystem. What's your title over there?
Yeah, I'm CMO. So basically, I am the marketing guy who tells everybody all the cool stuff that we're building over at the Heist, and also takes a lot of the blows as the forward-facing guy for any fuck-ups we have. So yeah, that's my official title. That's my official responsibility, and I'm just happy to be here with you guys, man. You guys have been crushing it lately.
Yes.
Thank you. Hey, you too, and welcome to the stream. I'm also joined by, of course, the one, the only Fib, Fib Newton, who is there with his, I don't know. One of these days you'll not be sitting next to a window with a weird slat.
I'm in my windowed closet, Ian. Yes.
Yeah,
Nice to be here. Nice to join you guys.
Very classy.
Thank you.
So the main reason we have the two new folks up here this week, though, is we have a special race. This is pretty exciting. The Peele City Stakes. which is seemingly, I guess, sponsored by the Heist. This is a special sort of collaborative event between our two games. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the Heist and what could some of the Photo Finish Live people, I think it's pretty heavily engineered towards the same type of people. It's a DGen type of game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Give you guys a little background about the Heist. We are on our second game from Longwood Labs. We have been on the Solana ecosystem for 2 years now. Started with Remnants, now on Heist. Heist is an idle game that's risk over time. So the longer you play the game, the more risky it gets, but the higher the rewards get. So very DGen. Think about it. It's all about chance and probability. You go on these robberies to go get craft some items, up your chances of having good things happen to you or attacking your fellow chimps or tangs or anything like that. We are based around Peele City, which is very Miami Vice-esque sort of setting. And it's all about crime and corruption. And we got our guerrillas are kind of our passive way to play. And then you have the chimps versus the tangs, which, are our two factions that are more actively played. So it's a really fun game, very easy to pick up, but the nuances, it's kind of like Photo Finish, right? Where, you buy a horse, you race it. The premise is very easy, but when you get into the nuances of it all, you start seeing behind the hood, there's a lot more numbers at work here than what meets the eye.
I have a couple myself. I was a proud mentor, and I similarly, I usually don't have time to play barely any games, but I just sort of send them on their journey to try and rob whatever, and then try and catch whatever. And I think it feels like a maybe 50-50. I've just gotten 0 and I'm just mad, but it's also like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Like that's the whole point. Just, it's not a number go up game where you're infinitely printing some token or whatever. It is actually a risk, and I love that play. And so how long has the game been live?
It has been live since April. So that was our season 1. We are about 2 months in. Is it 2 months already into season 2? So yeah, we're on basically a 4-month cycle of seasons right now. Just about to drop one of our flagship features for season 2, which is going to be land. It should be coming out here in the next few weeks. Please don't kill me, dev team, for putting any sort of timeline. This is not a hard timeline. Please don't hold me accountable.
No guarantees.
No guarantees. But around breakpoint is kind of what we're looking at. And it's, I think it is shaping up to be just a place that you don't even have to have the NFT as far as a chimp or a tang or anything to really enjoy. And I think it's going to add a whole nother social level to the game. So just really our big goal is to get people, whether you have 5 minutes, 5 hours a day, just some sort of entertainment, some sort of dopamine rush. And we think that land is kind of that next iteration.
Nice. That's awesome. So, the reason we have Aaron up here as well, I think what you found, Aaron, is with Photo Finish, at least, is like a great way to build a community. And maybe that's what we're talking about here with Peele City, is that you can kind of find a like-minded group of folks that you don't have to then come out of pocket with all the risk yourself. Have you found what have been some of the successes, I guess, as well as hard times that you found with running a decentralized stable in Photo Finish?
Yeah, it's been great, honestly. Overall, it's been one of the most fun and rewarding things that I've ever been a part of. I think initially some of the challenges are pretty obvious in like tooling and just like the lack of infrastructure around most things to allow for large groups to actually operate well. Multi-sigs, things like that kind of get hairy when it comes to playing games together. And then so really what it comes down to is, I think, really just like trusting someone and figuring out like, can this group of people unanimously trust someone? And because of my involvement in the DGods community in the past, people were able to trust me. And so it kind of allowed us to have that foundation that then we've built into today. And I think one of the other challenges, though, is having so many people involved. We've seen so many DAOs, start and then fail and just kind of like evaporate. Because when it comes down to it, when it's, all these people, all these voices, all these cooks in the kitchen, it's very hard to actually get things done. And so how we've been able to do it is it's more of a representative DAO structure where we have a handful of actual managers who do the day-to-day work and run the stable as a whole. And then everybody else is more so just on for the ride and can get involved if they want, but it's more of a passive role.
Nice.
So It's tough, man. But it's been 2 years of growing. All right. I mean, it started as an idea, and to be honest, when I started it, my goal was to buy one horse. And so I never really thought it would, get to this scale. But it's been a fun learning process, and super appreciative of you and the team for being so accommodating on the platform for us.
Yeah, and there's so much more we can do too. I'm so excited for that sort of next phase. I mean, obviously, folks that have been here have seen the amount of setbacks that we've had just as we go live. This is just part of game dev. Fires continue to come out. It happened to the folks over at Heist as well. There's always these fires that kick on. So it's been exciting that as we come out from under these things like Cardinal shutting down or hackers trying to get in or whatever it is, that you can start to say like, all right, when are we going to do multi-sig accounts? When are we going to do DAO, and rentals and all kinds of fun things? It's cool to start thinking about that now. I don't know if our producer could show your stable now, the G stables, but it's so funny to say you had one is what your goal to start with was. And I don't know if it's possible to see, like, how many do you have now?
Over 100 for sure.
Oh my God.
Over 100.
Yeah, I think we
total
had
race winnings 5. Am I looking at 5 million Derby right there? 5 point something 2. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, we've done well, man. And all of that, honestly, I've got to shout out F Dog. He is our racing extraordinaire. He manages all the racing, ton of the breeding and stuff on the day-to-day, and he's just been absolutely cooking, dude. Absolutely cooking.
What is your top who's your favorite horse in the barn? Just so we can take a
easy,
look at it.
dude. The downgrade, bro. The downgrade is mythic.
Right.
I think the downgrade broke your code. Honestly, I think it was a mistake. Slipped through one of the dev iterations of the game.
He's the one.
Because it's just too good.
He's the one. He's Neo. He's too good. I don't know if can you search for him there, producer?
He's right there on the right, top
right.
Oh,
there you go. Okay, perfect. All right.
He's in the Derby.
Yeah, he's in the Derby tonight.
Uh-huh.
Current favorite. You guys have not pipped a Kentucky Derby victory yet from the. So you think maybe
we haven't.
Is the night for this 3-year-old colt?
Yeah, the downgrade won the first major, and we've had wins on, I think, all but one preference type. Which is wild because obviously it only has its right dirt soft preference, but it's one on left, it's one on turf, so it's kind of just like a magic horse at this point. It's our top earner. It's the top earner of the entire season 7. So the downgrade is taking us all the way, baby.
Look at that record.
So if I'm looking at that, I'm looking at the record. I think I just saw $6,200 profit. Is that what I saw on that? If you moused over that,
yeah,
my goodness. 6240. And if we could look at the bloodline, like where did this horse originate from? This is unbelievable. I haven't looked enough at downgrade. Okay, strong bloodline. The D Goddess. Now, is that yours?
Yeah, D Goddess is ours, and then Doc Holiday not ours.
You self-bred and D Goddess, and then Doc Holiday, who's Sowers, who's coming on later on the show. That's his super stud, I believe. That he could talk through how much money that thing is printing for him each breeding season. Wow, this is awesome. I mean, I don't know. Favorites seem to be doing okay, but you're running off pref though. You're saying, it's not really a left turn.
Well, not on this race.
No,
I mean, tonight.
This race, yeah.
On
tonight
race,
you're good.
this race.
Okay.
We've just won several times off pref, which is kind of wild, I think.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
And then all the other stables, man, they're just knocking at the door. They're asking, "Hey, when are you retiring? When are you retiring?" I'm like, I don't know, man. It's kind of printing right now, so it's so much fun, man. The banter, it's a really great time, like actually competing with other stables and having that community element too.
That's great. Can we jump over to the race then that's coming up? I suppose the Peele City. So Peele City is a different type of race. So the Derby is just like the real life Derby, folks that know. If you don't know, you have to qualify for it. It's much like a PGA Tour type event. You're earning points throughout the season to try and get in. And these races are juiced. They have a bunch of extra money on the line. And of course, you have this once in a lifetime opportunity to be in the Kentucky Derby winner's circle that I think most of us are not going to reach, but you never know. We might end up buying a real horse ourselves. But so this race, Fib, you could tell me a little bit more about what is Peele City Stakes and what is the point of it? It's a little bit different than the Derby, right?
Yes, it's different than the Derby. I mean, this is a race that is a handicap. It's open to everybody, every player that registered for this race. There was no discrimination. It was completely random in who was accepted into it. It has a little bit of a bigger crown gift, but one of the cool things about it is the first off, cheers to Bison, but the first place winner gets a Heist NFT. So there's
Nice.
that. Yeah, but one of the exciting things about this race is not only that it has a massive amount of juice in the pick pool, but we have a special prize for people, such that if you place the biggest pick win, like if your pick wins the most amount of money, you get a massive chunk of this, I don't know, $400, $500 token pool, but you also have a chance to get a chunk of that pool if you make the biggest losing bet. So either way,
Yeah.
you have to
That's
go
the
big
degen
on
play.
this race. Yes.
Yeah.
You
So
got it's all about risk. Yes, it's the heist.
It's an
You gotta
homage
risk
to
it.
the heist. Yeah, right.
That's
So I guess
right.
what can you tell us? I guess Coco and Nana are both in this purse, right? I mean, they're sort of juiced. And what is that? Those are 2 tokens within the heist. Is that right, Bison?
Yeah. So Nana's kind of our premium token. It was emitted during season 1, and then we've kind of overarched that throughout the seasons to be kind of, if you think about it, we have a lot of mobile games that have premium currency and then kind of your day-to-day currency, which is Coco. Coco for us is what you use to upgrade your chimps, what you use to craft, what you use to bail them out, or anything in between. It's your everyday currency. But Nana is going to be more of a premium feature as we continue to roll out stuff like land. That's what it's going to be used for. So yeah, it's there's no more missions on it. It is completely curtailed on a mission, so it is only deflationary from here. And we lost Ian.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, so we do have a dual currency type of system, but yeah, we did decide to contribute some tokens just because we thought, one, you guys already have Crown and Derby over at Photo Finish. Thought we should go ahead and match that as far as our own tokens go. And yeah, just get back to the community. The last thing we want to do is kind of curtain ourselves off. We know that Photo Finish and ourselves are we're 2 of the more premier games over on Solana, and we think that we should be building this ship together. So I really appreciate what you guys have done and just everything that we're going through with Peele City Stakes. We appreciate you guys putting this all together.
Yes, no problem. It was super fun. Love putting on races like this. I mean, this is a possibility in just for any sort of community. If you're interested in reaching out to me or Ian, creating an exhibition race like this, it's not too much of a challenge. We will work with you on it, but it's super fun. We're happy to host the heist. The heist, such a legit gaming project. We love real builders. We love real gaming projects. I mean, that's just that's like the kind of thing that solidifies the Solana ecosystem. It shores it up, and it's good for everybody, I think. So supporting that is absolutely no problem. Yeah, I guess we got 1 minute left on this race. I mean, I wonder what the odds are stacking up on. Who's the favorite on this race so far? I mean, it's like, can you see if I can produce it? Oh, Goggins. I guess that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, this Goggins, a horse that's not going to stop ever for any reason, I suppose. No matter how tired it gets. I guess I could believe that horse would win. I mean, all of these horses, again, it's a handicap, so I guess every horse kind of has, every horse has a shot. That's kind of the beauty of handicaps. It makes it a little bit tricky to pick a horse on this, but you certainly can. As I know, with our after dark sorts of races, we look at these kinds of races a lot, and you can definitely do your homework and pick the right horse. So
sorry about the internet connections, but let's throw it down to the track. I believe the race is about to start. Heading to our announcers. Mo, are you at the track? Let's go.
Yes, sir, I am here. Welcome back. Let's send it down here. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, DJs of all ages, it is time for the Peele City Stakes here on Photo Finish. It's Derby Day. Online here. And they're off and rolling in the Peele City Stakes. Brunello's going to break out to the lead. Then comes Goggins. Here is the betting favorite along with BB Balls. Then it's Dice Man in fourth, followed by Dos Cientos in the blue silks. And Avatar is going to round out the top leaderboard here as this field heads past the wire for the first time in this 8-furlong left-turning affair on the turf. Track is yielding and racing is good here. It's Derby Day, and Brunello is trying to put on a show early. Opens up here by 4. Then comes Avatar, Extreme Outside, rolling along here in second with just the 3 of us, now making second. Fate Hiller in fourth, now being passed here by Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy with a big move here on the backstretch and is now trying to challenge for the lead. And right on cue, there goes Poison Ivy by, takes over the lead from Brunello. Brunello's going to backtrack here and let the leader go. Avatar sitting pretty in third, but now quick back, might have clipped heels with Sir Phantom, but Sir Phantom not complaining as he rolls on by. But Brunello in the meantime takes back the lead. Sir Phantom Supreme now starting to roll, just the 3 of us still there. Fate Healer, anybody's race into the far turn, but it's Brunello now being attacked viciously by Sir Phantom Supreme. Sir Phantom Supreme says, give me 11 pounds, I don't care. He hits the top of the turn and heads for home, and here he goes. It's 2.5 over BB Balls, who's off the rail and looking for tail. It's a quick challenge, but Sir Phantom's holding on. Down the inside, it's BB Balls. Outside Sir Phantom, but BB Balls takes it over, and here it goes past the wire. It's going to be BB Balls with a surging move. In the 8th pole, it's going to be BB Balls as Soulmate over Shiva and just the 3 of us.
Of course, we get BB Balls as
BB
the
Balls.
winning horse today in the Peele City
Congratulations to BB Balls.
Yeah, we could not be more professional here on Photo Finish Live with BB Balls hitting the wire
Yes,
in first.
shout outs to Soulmate, one of our most
Soulmate,
prominent
thanks
stables.
a lot for naming your horse in such a classy manner. BB Balls. BB Balls wins an NFT. What do they win, Bison? What does Soulmate win? This guy has won enough already, but
they get an orangutan. So orangutans are the season 2 NFTs. Did throw a nice little sensei hat on there as well with a nice little vest. So good looking
rare.
NFT. Hope you join us over at the heist.game, our website. Go ahead and migrate it in and check out Peele City. We'd love to have you there. If you have any questions, of course, come on over to our Discord. We are a very happy, welcoming community for the most part. And we'd love to help you out with any questions you have.
Man, yeah, well, congrats. And then, so then we won't know for a little bit later. We'll announce on Discord and Twitter the biggest winner and the biggest loser.
And
I mean, there was a decent amount of stakes on that race. It was no slouch. So I'm curious to find out. We'll post that later on all the socials to see who got the truckload of Coco and Nana brought in. So to that point, I suppose we got another, 15 minutes till we start talking and getting into the real Derby race. I did want to ask you, Aaron, running D stables. I mean, what do you find in terms of what has it done to build a community around it? Has it been able to help resolve through the bear? Has it been? I know obviously everybody's been excited about a couple of your big horses, but do you guys meet up in real life and watch these things? How far has it gone for you all?
Yeah, we haven't met up in real life yet. We will very soon. That's definitely on the books. But no, we love watching the streams. We used to, especially during the beta, we would watch them a ton in the Discord together. We're gonna start getting back into that grind a little bit more because it is fun. I think for the most part, most of the people involved in D stables kind of just have this like unwavering trust in not only us but you guys, that they're just like, yeah, I'm happy to be here, and like we're just having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so, win or lose, because there was a while there where we weren't winning like crazy. I mean, when the game first went live and everything, things were a lot slower, and so it wasn't as objectively exciting to the looker-ons.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just so much fun, man. So it's been great. And yeah, I mean, you can see what I'm wearing right now. I've got this mythic limited edition D Stables merch. It's
where can we buy that? It hasn't
been released yet. Yeah,
not even up for sale.
It's that mythic, dude. You can't even buy it yet. But
look out at
stuff like that, right? I mean, when people start asking for merch, that's how you know that like they're liking it.
That's right.
So we're just having fun, man. It's just a great time, and it's a cool thing to share for sure between so many people.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Of course, Bison, it's been a thrill to learn more about Heist. And again, I feel like I'm missing out a lot. I'm playing the game as a total noob, but I still actually have done quite well. I think I've actually earned back what I put in, and I do like. I think the interesting part about what you guys have built as well is there's a social component in the game, which is great. You don't have to be grinding in the Discord. I really like that when you can just log in and you see people, hey, I need this thing. There's trading. There's just kind of always activity going on, and I'm always inspired by that, putting stuff like that into the game. One of the many things I hope to get to eventually here as well, but that's really cool. So one last, I guess, before we jump over into Derby and start talking about the picks and things like that, you have anything you're going to Breakpoint? What would you like to tell us about Heist, and we can go from there.
Yeah, we will be hosting an event. If you guys haven't signed up, I think signups have actually closed. We're hosting it with DKS, Turned Up Dylan, and the rest of the crew over there. Great guys. They've been instrumental in our success and, just kind of advising us. Dylan is an advisor, and there's a lot of stigma around that word, but he's given us great business advice and everything. So we're happy to host it with them. Around Breakpoint, we should be getting a lot more of these features that we've been working on tirelessly out. So I'm really excited to bring them to the world. But right now, with Solana ripping, NFTs, the traditional NFTs are kind of hurting over there. So I'm hoping that this will be the catalyst to kind of bring some inspiration and faith back into the space. But, I will take Solana going up. If it means our bags go down temporarily, I'll take it all day long. We could start cheering to everybody else. But no, seriously, I appreciate you guys for having me on. Absolute blast. I need to come to these more, man. This is
always welcome.
Yes.
Come
through after dark sometime, man.
We have Tuesdays and Thursday nights we try to run like kind of a late night stream that's really degen. A lot of the pick pools go rolling right into the purses.
Just me and Mo getting weird basically when the sun goes down.
Talking about Fermi paradox or whatever. Who knows what happens. But yeah, when the sun goes down. And that's always been the play. Like we have sort of racing going sort of 10 to 10, usually around that on Eastern time, but after dark kicks on at 11 Eastern. And eventually I think we'll go even later. We'll try and do the 2 and 3 a.m. to try and compete with the Hong Kong plays or the Australia plays and get that going. But yeah, obviously you're open invite. Come on over whenever. And thanks again, guys, for joining us, and have a good night. And then Fib and I, we'll start talking about this Kentucky Derby that we've got running.
Yeah, let's kick it off.
I think at this point, our 5th Kentucky Derby.
It is. It's our 5th Kentucky Derby. Yeah, what's different this time, man?
We're moving into a new era of horses that have been bred and born by their own owners, figured out through thousands of hours of spreadsheet number crunching and
number crunching,
discussion, debate,
candle burning,
genetic modeling. I think they've been reading books at the library about how genes are passed.
At their local library. Yes, we hope all of you are at home too.
Yeah, support your local library. But here we are. Kentucky Derby is running at our virtual Churchill Downs. How much we got? About 20 minutes. I think there's a full 20 field, right? If I'm looking at it right, and we could kind of take a look at some of these. Some of these beasts. I've been pretty excited to see, you've got the downgrade who pulled position 1, currently 4.5 to 1 favorite. D-Stables, of course, as we had Aaron on, those guys clearly know what they're doing. They are one of the top stables in the game, but we've got a lot of new faces that have rolled in. And I don't know, I think over time, it's kind of wild starting to see like personalities come out. Stables that we all know, people that we know, are showing up, and you start to fear a stable that you see. Is that actually already happening?
I imagine so. I mean, it seems like people. I mean, these as the bloodlines take hold, the storylines take hold. Rivalries are starting to come up. I mean, you have these niches in your stable, and you end up seeing the same names over and over again. You start to be like, you're running alongside that same silk enough times, and you're kind of like, I'd like to make sure that I put you in the dirt on this race. You know what I mean? I feel like that's got to be coming out now.
It absolutely is. I mean, it's been a real joy to me to see people like Wolof and Soulmate, obviously D-Stables, Pocono. These are names that have been here with us since September 2021. Wolof September 2018.
Yeah,
for
Wolof has been
example.
around forever.
And these folks are no slouch at this point. It's kind of interesting how for many years it's been sort of a collaborative and very, obviously lots of intense, passionate arguments about certain things, but everyone wanted to see each other succeed and they wanted the game to succeed. And I think we're starting to tip into now people are withholding info and it's becoming more of a competition. It's
getting
now,
more cutthroat. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's like there was kind of like, even in beta, but definitely even in the first few seasons, 1, 2, 3, like I feel like people didn't quite believe, they did like people did believe obviously in the project, but they're like they hadn't seen it go full fledged. And now we're kind of like,
Right.
we've kind of proven to people, I think thoroughly enough that it's like, wow, okay, we can get to like the full circle game cycle. And now it's like it's kind of like the longer that goes along, the more that people are kind of entrenching. So
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
great point. Yeah, and I think the longevity. I did want to touch on that. Obviously, if those that have followed me and followed us, we heard the great news that we finally were able to close out
Yes, thank God.
a financial VC round, which was an absolute insane journey. I tried to share my story. A lot of people seem to really feel the pain and feel the anxiety. I heard multiple people saying they couldn't finish it because of the anxiety was building up in them. I'm like, well, I lived through it. But obviously, it's really exciting for us to have a partner like us, Fermion, and the others that have come through. And, it sets the stage now to no longer be so tightly focused on just kind of keeping the lights on and stressed to now like, all right, we have a good game. We have time to grow. We have a lot of good stuff going on, and we've got these partners like Churchill that we can lean into. So it's exciting, and obviously, thanks everyone in the community for all the kind words, and everyone was so I think everyone got a pretty big eye opener to see how hard it was during this last year. When I was shocked how hard it was. I thought it was going to be super easy.
Man, yeah, let me give you shout outs, Ian. Yeah, you are a beast, man. Yeah, insane. This man is insane. You guys, it's the work.
I am insane. That's true.
Unmatched. Seriously,
it's a problem.
He's got a score to settle. I'll put it that way.
That is true. I keep every receipt, and I never forgive anyone for anything. I still am mad at my high school bully.
Yes,
elementary
still
school
mad
bully.
At your father. Yes,
still mad at my dad. Everything, just like it's all about proving to them how dare they? How dare they? How dare you make fun of my glasses in third grade? How dare you?
He's a Napoleon figure. He's got.
There's
nothing that can quench the fire. Let's go.
No, there isn't. I still my son's the same way. He still remembers a kid that pushed him in kindergarten. I'm like,
bloodline.
That a boy. Don't
talk about bloodline.
Don't forget.
Yes.
So anyway, we're leading in. We've got 20 minutes to post. We've got about 10 minutes left in the pick selection window. Decent amount of volume coming through. I'm not sure if we have our resident experts on the handicapping available. If they're here, I'd love to talk with them. These folks, they sure know what they're talking about. I don't.
For sure. I would like. Yeah, I'm always here to hear the Devo breakdown. For sure.
Hear the handicapping experts. Are they on, Producer Man? Are they available? If they are, throw it over to those guys. If not, Fib and I'll keep talking. Yeah. Go ahead and pop over to those folks, and we'll jump in if need be. Look at them. There they are. Oh, there's one.
How you doing, Devo?
Hey,
we got one. We got
what is happening, y'all?
Well, I am now here, teleporting in. Okay, so I'm the chalk donkey here, right, Devo? I think there's 4 horses in this race that can win, and you're gonna tell me you like long shots and odds. Kind of explain that process to get us started.
I agree with you that there's pretty much 4 horses that are favorites to win this race, and I think it's pretty clear to pick the one with the longest odds of that group of 4. With this field being so star-studded, I don't think there's any reason to consider S- or A+ horses, except for nice value spots in the place in the show pool. But with enough money being on the favorites here, I don't see a good reason to be dabbling in the long shots today myself for to win.
Yeah, there is some good values. Reina de Un Ojo has ran the fastest time in the slop. It ran at 1:25.15. and that was about 0.3 faster than the next fastest time, which was posted by Cafe Latte, and then that cleared the downgrade by a full tenth. I love looking at race times. A lot of people don't. Obviously, I think you say S minuses don't have a shot. The Sour Special might be an S minus. It's kind of funny when you look at Cafe Latte downgrade, and then I think some people might be overlooking Morning Diamond, one of the strongest horses in the field. It's a Pocono. Probably could say it got a little unlucky that we're racing in the slop. It's never raced 10 furlongs in the slop. That's probably not going to affect me taking it at 9.6 to 1 right now on the board. What would you look at with that one?
I think that Morning Diamond specifically is a marathoner. And I think that there's enough horses in this race that are preferring 10 furlongs specifically that I've got Morning Diamond ranked somewhere around 4th or 5th overall in the list of ponies that I'm considering. I agree with you that Reina de un Ojo, you pinche gringo, that is the queen of an eye. She is the favorite in this race with the fastest time. And I think that she should be going off at about 4 or 5 to 1 in this field, which is right about where she's being bet right now.
And the notes of going back almost like this is a furlong too short for its ideal preference. So one of the things placing, place bet, because I think that he'll start to really gain a lot on the field as it gets to 9 and 10, and the race itself might be a full furlong short. But, I'm really liking, we talked about the top 4. You look at Snake Eyes and Web Weaver, 2 S pluses here that really are getting great odds. Have you looked at those much? And what do you think about those 2 horses?
Yeah, I've actually got Snake Eyes ranked 3rd overall. He's one of those horses in question that prefers specifically 10 furlongs in distance. He's 18th in the Gap Data rankings and doesn't really mind terribly being off preference in his race history. That is my pick to win, Snake Eyes at 15 to 1. I prefer that price. I think Snake Eyes should be closer in the 7 or 8 to 1 range.
Well, I never think it's too early to give out the Sour Special, which is why I'm sure all of you tuned in. I will admit Devo is a much better handicapper. I'm a donk at this stuff. My pick, the Sour Special, is going to be Web Weaver. I specifically wrote that if this goes off at more than 12 to 1, you should bet everything you have and everything you can borrow. Okay? This is 100% reward. 0% risk. This is not financial advice. Okay, so let's get that straight, but that is the Sour Special. What do you think about that pick, Devo?
I honestly did not. Oh, the Web Weaver. That's an S plus. I've got the Web Weaver at about 6 overall, and the price at 8.5 to 1 is just too short for me. My longer odds horses that I really like are the off preference F grade horses. Number 7, Moe's Hammer. He isn't exactly a favorite at 10 furlongs, but he likes it at 7 to 8. And at 53 to 1 right now, I couldn't help but throw $5 on that one.
That's great. I did note 55 to 1. Let's go, because I've got him at about a 32 to 1 dog. So as long as you get him over that number, I really love it. I think a few other crazy things, and I did talk about the S minuses. I really like Bahuviri, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably sure Devo even knows what it means. Do you know what it means, Devo?
I speak Spanish only, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I really like this horse. It has ran like 4 or 5 tenths slower than Downgrade and Cafe Latte. But when you look at the odds, and we'll go look at it right now just to see the updated 34 to 1. I think that the market is actually surprisingly efficient, on all of the favorites. I think any of those could go off, but I think if all of those kind of just have an off day, this horse could just be there to steal the show if some of the other horses don't show up.
I agree with you, and I think the same thing goes true for my other super long shot, Cosmic Wood, number 15, off preference with the firm horse. Also happens to be a sprinter, but at 84 to 1,
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're getting 84-1, just throw $10 on it, right? I mean, win $840 on a bet. That's pretty great. The other horse that I did make a pick on was Bored Ape. Now, the thing that I wrote down about this horse that is just fascinating is it has never lost at 10 furlongs. So it's never raced in the slop. Half the field has not raced in the slop, which gives a lot of good betting value because you have a lot of unknowns out there. So take a shot on something like that where you're going to get big returns, try to pull the upset, have a hell of a day. That's pretty much my advice. I love the Cosmic Wood. I do just want to talk about this horse Lower Expectations. D Stables, they have 3 horses in the race. Obviously, they have one of the clear favorites. Downgrade, we talk about Downgrade, and that's obviously the horse that I'm going to be rooting for. It comes from Doc Holliday. I own the sire for that. I'm a little upset. They outrolled me, on the breeding, but I'm just hoping that one takes it home just to prove to everyone Doc Holliday, winning the first virtual Kentucky Derby by the first full set would just be remarkable. But the Lower Expectations horse, I just wrote in my notes that I couldn't have lower expectations for this one, and it's just not going to make it. What do you think about that horse?
I think that Lower Expectations has excellent genetics, but is very clearly a sprinter. Still not to be completely written off, but I've got him at about 12-1 or so.
Yeah, I have him at 50-1. So that shows why you're so good at the handicapping. I kind of do this intuitively, but what's your exact process when you're coming up with all of these just master picks? Because even while I took a week off for last time, all I heard was Devo is amazing. Devo's the best picks. And I'm like, guys, it's Sour special time. Like, why are we talking about Devo?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Before I get into my process, one quick comment on Bored Ape. Really light in the show pool. If I was going to make a pick on that horse, I'd be putting my Derby into the show pool rather than anything else. I think you'll get paid better than 30-1 in the show pool right now. My process is basically narrowing down the list to horses that I think can win. And then I arbitrarily give the rest of the field about a 10% chance. So if I've got 9 horses on my list here that all have a chance to win that is reasonable, then I kind of handicap within them. That's how I get to the 4 to 5-1 range on Raina, who I think is a clear favorite. And I've got Cafe Latte at 5 or 6-1, not too far on her heels. And then again, it's just evaluating the pools and figuring out where the greatest price discrepancy is versus probability of winning. And in my opinion, that still lies with Snake Eyes, the 3-horse.
Awesome. I'm just happy you share that with us. I'm going to be taking notes as soon as we get off here. I think it's a great lead up. It's the first full set. There's a lot of variety in the horses. It's fun to see that there's off preference horses in the event. And I think it's going to be really exciting just to see do preferences overcome the obvious lack of overall horse ability, because we can see that the S pluses, especially the ones that have put up big results like Destables, are just overall super high quality horses. Morning Diamond, I just love that horse. I love the value. It's kind of funny that the Sour special got bet down so low. So now I wouldn't even bet that one. So I'm kind of liking the Bored Ape, 32-1, shoot. Throw it on there. Hollywood bought this from Stins because he thought he could win this race. I mean, that's a lot of confidence, and let's just see if it works. And, get those picks in, as it's closed now, we'll go back to Ian.
Thanks so much, guys. Obviously thrilling. I could listen to this all night chatting about you guys. Once my picture comes back. Yeah, there we go. My bad. I think at this point, just however many minutes left to post. Again, thanking everyone for joining. 10 minutes left till we start. The guys, with all of the info, the insight, it's hard to know who's going to take this. I think it is wide open. I sure always hope for an upset. I love long shots, man. I'd love every bit of a long shot. And I sure hope eventually here, maybe by next Derby, we'd be looking at throwing in some exotics. Fib, you're I don't know if you can join me up on the stage yet,
Oh, of
but
course. Yeah. Bring me
I
up.
am a
Beam me up,
big
Scotty.
exacta fan, a big trifecta fan. I don't know if
Who
you had
is
to pick
it?
an exotic exacta here. Who are you taking 1-2?
1-2. I also really like Snake Eyes. That's the Fib special. Not as good as the Sour special, but
No financial advice, of course.
yeah,
Unlike
not financial advice, of course, but you can't pick anyway at this point, so
yeah, it's over. That's true.
yeah.
That's a good point. So I would drain my IRA on blank. Go ahead.
I would drain my IRA. I would drain my IRA on. Gosh, maybe I'd go 1-2 Snake Eyes downgrade. I might drain the IRA on that. Yeah, I mean it's just such a boring chalk bet. But what do I want to drain my IRA on? I want to drain it on Bored Ape. I think that'd be such a horse that's never lost at 10 furlongs. Why can't it lose at 10 furlongs? I want to find out with my net worth.
All
Yes.
right. Well, I think we've got a video we can kind of show here that walks through some of the current horses and their records. We'll take a look at that when we're ready, and then we'll come on back for the race. Wow. Welcome back, everyone. The Woodford Reserve is hitting just perfectly right now. We do have a wonderful look back as we get 5 minutes into the race. Let's take a look back at our storied history of the virtual Kentucky Derbies.
Let's travel back in time.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking live. Look at this. This was first one, July 1st, 2023. Everyone, edge of their seats. I'll never forget this race. I mean, I might have forgotten a little. It was a rough night.
Oh, no. There's no way we remember any of this race yet. Only in retrospect.
I do remember falling asleep on my couch in my office. That's all I remember.
Just turn around, lay down.
Yeah, that was a solid race. Elvis establishing dominance.
Yes.
Forever, followed by the 29th. Another solid field. Elvis showed back up in this one, right? But is this the upset? I can't remember. Did he win 2 in a row?
No, this is Pellinor's W here.
Pellinor got this one here, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Pellinor with this bright, firm dirt. I guess that was really his Pellinor's MO. Pellinor's turning into a prize jewel for Baltazar's stable, while of course Elvis, third in this one, with Swift Sapphire in second. Looks like,
yeah. I guess
another
that is
solid race.
Elvis threatening here, and he came back and did it 2 more times after this, and we're
2 more times.
That. It makes remembering these first 4 derbies a little bit simple. You just have to remember the one Elvis didn't win.
August 26th, looks in the fog, the muck, a nice soft track out there, a little bit of drizzle. I was down on the track for this one in my club seat. I spent and upgraded so I could see this one up close. And
yes.
Just because it was one of those history-making moments you knew you had to be there for.
I could also sense that. Even though it was raining so hard.
Yeah, I had a poncho on.
You had to be out there.
I think you can see me right here. That's where I was, right there. Oh, you missed it?
Oh,
I was sitting there.
I didn't catch that. Wow.
It was there, though. Yeah, 203, 456, a nice solid run. And then here we go. Boy.
Let's watch him do it again.
The triple. Elvis, in history, cemented
What a freaking
He'll be the
horse
first
that it was.
horse that gets a gold statue in real life, likely made for him. If I know Soulmate, he's likely getting it sourced right now, bronze or gold, built full life size
in his front yard.
In his
Doubtless,
front yard.
yes.
With a fountain and sprinklers around it and roses. That's what I would do.
Absolutely, yes.
Amazing, yeah. So here we are. We are closing in. We're just minutes away, 4 minutes away from the actual race. Elvis, just an absolute dominant beast. I believe everyone is glad for that horse to be out of the way, right? Elvis
for sure.
Retired, and out there, look at that beautiful trophy. Elvis is out there at this point, enjoying himself out on the stud farm, having a great time, enjoying retirement. Isn't that the dream? You know,
it is
your heart out, and then now retire to the pasture.
I mean, but what now? How about these new these new youngins? I mean, this is the first Derby, the new crop. I mean, this is the first Derby where it's 3-year-olds only. Every single horse that's running here will not run again. Will not be able to win again. This is their shot. So when you are stable, trying to make it to the Derby, you are creating a bloodline that has one shot to take this incredibly prestigious race home. The stakes are high.
It is exciting. It is very high. When you mentioned that, it is like kind of forgotten since it's been so open-ended as the populations grow up that it's like, oh, you're right. It is. This is one shot, one opportunity. Mom spaghetti.
Yeah, it's a mom spaghetti moment. Hopefully these horses hopefully whatever butterflies they're feeling, they'll express them in the form of speed on the track.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, looking at Elvis, so Elvis is already out to stud, checking. He's got a $34,000 Derby stud fee. So pretty fair, $425 US dollar coin.
You have to get a 3-time winner.
To get a 3-time winner in your barn, that's, I don't know. So we start, let's see, this Monday, breeding will begin again. The season happens. Elvis will turn 8. All these other horses in this race are going to turn 4. We'll see. Who knows how many will retire and start their breeding journey, or will they keep trying to race? I'm not sure. That's the whole strategy.
This is the last season for horses of Elvis's generation, if I recall. So
there's 7 now, so they would have one more,
8,
right? They'd
9.
be able to run at 8. 9 would be.
They'll run 8. Yeah. Sorry. This upcoming season, yes.
Yeah, starting Monday is their last go.
Yes.
We'll have
one
to
more
all
time
pour
around
out
the
for
sun.
them. Well, here we are. Looks like I see about a minute and a half left for the race to run. Thanks all for joining us. Fib, any last words on your excitement for this year's Kentucky Derby this season?
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what these 3-year-olds do, man. This is a whole new one. So let's see who takes the cake here.
Yeah, I can't either, man. I mean, for D stables, the excitement's palpable to think about all those D gods guys doing shoeys.
I'd love to see a D win. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they're filming the shoeys live if they happen to cross in first. I mean, that would be something else.
Cowboy booties. Yeah. You got to go big. Cowboy booties.
Yeah, you do have to go big.
Woodford Reserve.
Everyone's bullish right now. Solana with the huge pump, the horses with the pump, the Crown with the pump. I mean, this is one of those times. I mean, do you remember 2 years ago the feeling and the vibes? Is it back? Are we back? That's the only question.
I think we might be so back, Ian.
Now I think you're facetious.
No, we're so back, man. Would I sell this Solana pump? I don't know. Would I? I don't know. If I owned Sol, maybe I would.
Yeah, I think I may or may not have a little bit today, but. I'm excited for Breakpoint. The Solana team is maybe really finally hitting their stride. Tolly, I saw yesterday, set a deadlift personal best. So
that's actually why
kudos to Tolly. That's why we're pumped. He hit 335 by 3. Hard to beat that. So with that being said, I think let's head down to our man on the track. He is out there. Poncho, it's a little bit sloppy. Mo knows. Take it away.
All right, what is up, everybody? It is time. The moment you've all been waiting for. A virtual Kentucky Derby. Eleanor Field's gone forever. Elvis has finally left the building. Who will etch their name in history next? They are all lined up, locked and loaded. And They're rolling here. It's Derby time. Lower Expectations going to break out to the lead along with Snake Eyes. Then comes Cafe Latte. The Downgrade in fourth, followed by Brother Cheddar. Then Moe's Hammer in sixth. Following back deeper in the pack comes S'mores. Then it looks like Webb Weaver is trying to jockey early. Ultraviolet got shuffled back quickly here, trying to find some room. On with him, that looks like Cosmic Wood. Bahuvari there, now on the outside, starting to roll. Triple three there too, but over to the opening turn, opening quarter in 25 and change. No pace early here for Sharpshooter now, who's going to take over the lead. Sharpshooter, 2.5 over Lower Expectations. Snake Eyes tucks in down at the rail, now goes flying by, moves on for second. Moe's Hammer up for fourth, triple three in fifth at the 20 hole, and Bahuviri now in sixth and make it fifth at 26-1. Half mile in 15 change as this field is tight. Down the backstretch they go, 10 furlongs left. Affair on the dirt, sloppy track here today, but Snake Eyes now. Snake Eyes is eating it up and pulls away from the pack here by 3.5. Reina de un Ojo is the new name here up top. The Downgrade tries to make a move, trekking along with Moe's Hammer. Bahuviri, no change there as he's in fifth, and your early leader, Sharpshooter, now in sixth, as they got some catching to do. 3/4 in the books, 1:15. The pace is picking up for the Downgrade. The Downgrade is trying to upgrade everybody here in the barn as the Downgrade hits the top of the turn and it's got a 3-length lead over Moe's Hammer. Bahuviri, Reina de Hunoho, they might have called it a day, but the Downgrade is showing the way off the top. Downgrade by 2. Reina de Hunoho's in full bore, tracking down the center of the track. Bahuviri might have called it quits, but Downgrade is there. Reina de Hunoho, one final push in the inside. Downgrade outside of Reina, but Downgrade is going to hold on here for the title. It's going to be the Downgrade. Upgrading the wager pool is going to be Reina de Hunoho for second, and Bahuviri. What a race! What a race! Back to you, Ian and Viv.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Congratulations.
Crazy.
I thought he got pipped. What was the, like a millisecond, right? I was so close. 19 almost got him.
Really close, yeah.
I was going to run and get a shoe while that was happening just to do it, and I couldn't take my eyes off the race. Congrats again, D Stables. Those guys are absolutely hammering it right now. LFGs in the chat. You have to imagine so many LFGs in the chat.
Let's go.
Congratulations. Congrats to your stable. I mean, boy, that's a beast. That is going to be fetching a pretty penny, I believe, in the old stud barn next season. Will you think they'll retire him? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, Ian, look at the earnings on that horse already. This horse is 3 years old. It's already up $6,000. So I mean, I don't know.
But like we've seen Solonaut. What happens when you retire one? You make 30 in a day.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe all roads lead to Rome here for a horse like this, you know.
Well, I don't know. Would you risk it on the track? What if Downgrade gets injured in his 4-year-old year? I mean, there's those things that would really hurt his value. Yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
You absolutely do. When you think about this level of risk, it is tough. I feel it for him. I mean, obviously not the worst decision to make, one or the other.
Absolutely not the worst decision. No. I mean, if I were them, I would race this horse. Looking at the podium count on that horse, it loves the podium. It wants the podium. Give it more podiums, you know.
I can race everywhere too.
Yes, it can. It's versatile. It's
right, dirt, soft, with a half a star and soft, and just speed kills or something. I don't know what. We'll find out a little bit later on its offspring. What's the magic formula here? Because man, that's
what does it have in common? Yeah, what will its kids have in common?
That is really impressive. So Doc Holliday, congrats again to Sowers for now. He's proven to have the original, possibly, right? We could be talking about the Northern Dancer line comes from Doc Holliday or something.
Right, yeah. Sowers was the sleeper Derby winner.
Yeah, and D Goddess as well. Who knows? Maybe they have. I'm assuming D Goddess has probably already bred another few, right? Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm sure.
That's the only S plus. That's interesting. So D Goddess has 3 others growing up, and only one called Deity, who's a juvenile. And
Deity,
that's
a good name.
Deity. That's a colt who Looks strong. Not an S plus though. So he really did strike some jackpot there with D Goddess and Tombstone's Beast. Wow, what a race. That was very exciting.
Awesome.
I really thought that I can't pronounce the 19 whoever that was going to actually catch him at the line. That was very close. A photo finish.
Reina de Enojo. Yeah, Reina de Enojo. I mean, it's crazy, you know, they were dueling at the end. They also had, you know, they're basically dueling odds on favorites. They both had you know, really a lot of betting on them, picking rather. And you know, at the end of this big pack, I mean, you see Snake Eyes up there. Bahu Vrihi was the one that I found interesting. That's an S minus up at the top of the pack, contending, like fighting for the top. That's an S minus
podium.
These are S plus horses. I mean, as people get more and more shrewd with breeding, I mean, you're going to start seeing these grades. You know, they might bamboozle you a little bit. So maybe we're starting to see that here.
That is absolutely true. This an S minus running, you know, just a length behind two monsters. So well, especially downgrade. So yeah, that was
and Bored Ape.
Wow, what a race
on the top there. Yeah, for sure.
What a race. What a night. As always, thanks Fib for joining me. This was quite an exciting event, quite an affair, and hopefully next season we'll be doing this again from somewhere special, with all kinds of interesting things to do. Who knows? We'll be having Woodford Reserve flowing like wine.
Yes.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Have a great night.
Thanks
and
for
we'll see you at the next Derby.
See you.